We start off retrospect this week in 1994, with some in Vegreville concerned over proposed electoral boundary changes.
The naming of a new Midwest constituency raised some concerns last night at a hearing into proposed federal riding boundary changes in Vegreville. Because of a decline in the rural population, the Vegreville riding could soon amalgamate with portions of Beaver River and Crowfoot to form two new constituencies called Crowfoot and the riding of St. Paul-Vegreville. Local Chamber of Commerce spokesperson Jerry Wild says he likes the new name.
But I think it would be a disservice to the people of our area to change the name, particularly because of the high-profile Member of Parliament that we have had for 25 years, extremely high-profile last 10 years.
But Beaver River Liberal Michael Zaharko thinks the new riding should have a new name, either East Central Alberta or Lakeland. He also told the Boundary Commission the present rep by pop mode of politics is outdated. He says his area has been shuffled into 4 different constituencies in the past 40 years. He told the commission the political views of rural residents should be given equal representation in government as other Alberta cities with larger populations.
Citizens of Canada deserve to have electoral regions with more stability and permanence than we are getting in this part of the country.
All of the recommendations made at tonight's meeting will go into a report, but where that report ends up right now is anyone's guess. Right now, Canada's Senate is considering quashing the $8 million Boundary Commission hearings going on across the country. If that happens, the report will end up at Elections Canada instead of going in front of Parliament. But Commissioner Reiner Knopf says if the process is stopped, it was not a wasted one.
That information is going to be available so that the next time around, however this is done, there will be more startup information. And so in that sense, I think it remains important whatever happens in the Senate.
And now, in 1998, Lloydminster area residents sound off on changes to the Young Offenders Act.
Young people need to be treated as young people who are not responsible for their actions, although they may seem to be.
Thursday night, Lloydminster and area residents had their chance to be heard. The topic up for discussion, the Young Offenders Act. Local MPs Jerry Ritz and Leon Benoit organized the meeting. Panelists for the evening included justice critics for both the Saskatchewan Party and the Reform Party, along with Saskatchewan's Minister of Justice. However, there was one notable absence: the federal government.
It's unfortunate that they choose not to come to these venues. It's more important for them to hear the people than it is for us. I mean, from us, they're getting it secondhand. They're certainly welcome to come and get it firsthand, as we are here tonight. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed that they don't acknowledge that these things are going on.
A similar meeting held in the Battlefords back in January also failed to attract any federal representatives. A report detailing that meeting's outcome was sent to the federal justice minister, but has yet to invoke any response.
It appears that the federal Liberal government isn't quite sure what to do with all of the public concern in this area, and we're all waiting for them to take a position so that we can continue the discussion and hopefully make some changes that will help us all.
Would you please perhaps take our concerns as municipal elected officials to Ottawa to maybe do something with the Constitution, because the reason...
In 1994, then Federal Justice Minister Alan Rock commissioned a 10-year review of the Young Offenders Act. That report, which also includes recommendations, has been in the hands of current Justice Minister Anne McClellan for a year, and critics are becoming impatient.
And so one of the difficulties in providing all of the related services to this act is that it's another area where the federal government's pulling out.
Well, it is frustrating because I do get calls from constituents saying, you know, the petition has got running close to 70,000 names on it now. Is it doing any good? Will it do any good? And when you're not getting any response from the Justice Minister to my queries through my office, it shows you how little power we have.
When the federal justice minister will respond to the concerns regarding the act is still very much in question. But what is clear is that the people of the Midwest have spoken, and it's up to Ottawa to give them an answer.
This has been our look at This Week in Retrospect.